Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL Start. Today I gonna discuss about FPL popular transfer ranking. So before starting, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel. Now let's start. First player in popular transfer rank for buy option is Mohamed Salah. He is insane good and he plays 90 minutes against Fulham and he is so creative. In Fulham match, Liverpool overall not performing well, but Salah score 1 goal and provide 1 assist, and 105k FPL manager transfer him in for this game week 2. And if you don't have Salah in your team, you should buy him at the first priority, and the second priority should be the Haaland. If you don't have Salah, then you should need to buy Salah first, then for Haaland, because Haaland has a very good fixture and Haaland's goal scoring is amazing. He is the main man of Manchester City. He also the penalty taker for Manchester City, and a lot of cross goes to him. That's why I think Haaland is a must essential for your team. And the third popular buy option I think should be Zinchenko, because Arsenal playing very good against Crystal Palace. They defensively look solid, and Zinchenko played around 70 to 80 minutes in this match, and he playing as a left center back. Sometimes he is inverting center backs, inverting left back, so that's very good for him. And when Tierney is back, I think Zinchenko will play as a left midfielder, so it's a very good thing for your team, and that's why I think he is a good transfer buy for your team. And the fourth option is the Martinelli. He is less important than Zinchenko, because in Zinchenko you can get clean sheet, or Zinchenko, if he plays as a midfielder, he will get you more assist or goal. Then Martinelli is a good option. He playing as a striker and he's 6 million, and Arsenal fixture looks good. That's why I think Martinelli is a good choice for your team, and I ranked Martinelli less important than Zinchenko. Now move on to other two option is Darwin Núñez. In Liverpool game against Fulham, Darwin Núñez plays as a substitute option, and Darwin Núñez doesn't play very well. Actually, he missed 1 or 2 chances, but also he scored 1 goal and 1 assist. When he came for Liverpool side, they have totally changed. That's why I think Darwin Núñez should start in the next match against Crystal Palace, and he will be a very good option for your team if you don't have him. And if you don't want to go for midfield or defender buy, then go for Darwin Núñez as a forward option. And if you want to go for a cheap forward, then Mitrovic is the best option now, because against Liverpool, Fulham looks good and they are attackingly very well organized, and a lot of low cross coming to Mitrovic, and he is good in finishing. So that's why his fixture is now also looking good. Also Brentford, Arsenal is hard, but Brighton is also good. So I think he can give you some multiple return for your team, and that's why I think Martinez is a very good choice for your team. Now move on to the 7th and 8th option, and Kulusevski is an optional option, because Kulusevski in last match against Southampton, he scored 1 goal and 1 assist, but I think he is not an essential or good pick, because Tottenham next fixture is Chelsea. It's a hard fixture. I know that Tottenham looks good, Chelsea defense sometimes looks shaky, so that's the case. But overall, Kulusevski is not a good pick for this game week, but you can go for him, and that's why he's an optional option. And the next optional option is Saliba. He is in the rank 8. I put him down to Kulusevski because he is 4.5 million value, and in Crystal Palace match he is not having any goal threat, but Arsenal defense looks good, and he also get some interception and blocks. That's why I think he gets some bonus point. That's why he is good option for your team, but not a very good option. He's optional option. You can go for him for a cheap defender. I think in 4.5 million bracket he is one of the best cheap defender, but I think this year you should go some premium or mid-range defender for your team, because they give you assist at the same time and goal return. Saliba can give you goal return, but that's not too much. Then the last two options popularly by people, I don't think these are so good, as the Sar from Newcastle. His fixture looks good, not good actually. His fixture looks bad, and Newcastle defense also looks good. That's the things you should concern, but his fixture is not good. That's why I don't think he's a good option. And if you if you add 1.5 million in this price bracket, then you can go for Trippier. So why you go for Sar? And I don't think Trippier is this game week is a very good option for your team. Now the best option is the Grove from Brighton. He's not a good pick and he's ignored. If you want to buy him, you don't go for him because he's a one match wonder. I think that's why he is in 10th category. People buy him as in 7th rank, but I put him in the 10th because he is ignored. It's not a good buy for your team. Now move on to the sale category. The first player you need to sell if you have Coutinho. He playing as a midfielder and Aston Villa's fixture looks good now, but that not too much for that. And Coutinho playing as attacking midfielder, you can get Bailey for 5 million, who is cheaper and playing at more advanced position than Coutinho. Then the next essential sale is Kane. You need to sell Kane because his fixture looks not so good. Chelsea next match and Haaland has got Bournemouth, so it's a very good option to go to Haaland from Kane, and that's why I think you should essentially sell Kane in your team. Now move on to the third and fourth option. His third option is Odegaard from Arsenal. He looks creative in that match against Crystal Palace, but he's not having goal threat, so that's why he is not in essential category, and that's why if you have him in your team, you need to sell him, and it's a good option, but your priority should be Coutinho or Kane. Then the next sale option should be Rashford because Manchester looks vulnerable in the attacking league, so that's why I don't think that Rashford is a very good option, or any Manchester United asset is a very good option for your team, and that's why you need to sell Rashford either in this game week or some game week after. You can see that sometime Manchester United form can change. Now move on to another sale option, and this is Matic Cage, and you need to sell him, but it's not a mandatory because Aston Villa fixture looks not so bad and they can give you clean sheet, but their defense not looks good. That's the thing. You can go for a 5 million Walker. That's a good thing. But if you have another priority like Kane to Haaland or Rashford to another 5.5 million midfielder, then don't go for cash transfer out. And then Luis Diaz plays as a left winger for Liverpool, but he is looked more creative. He's not going to score a lot of time, that's why he will not give you a lot of point, and you can sell him if your team perform very well and there are other areas your team having a very good time, then you can sell him, but it is an optional option for your team. Now move on to the next two, and this is Perisic, and it's an optional option. He can perform well if he gets starting, but it's a very risky pick for your team because I don't think he will start 1 or 2 games because Sesson played last match very good. That's why Perisic is an optional option for your team. And the Son, you need not to sell Son because I think it's an optional. You can sell him, but it takes you -4 hit to go to Haaland. Whether in Bournemouth match, Haaland will give you 4 points extra than Son. He can score 2 goals, but Son can also score 1 goal in Chelsea match because Son is very good in counter attack, and in Chelsea game there will be a lot of counter attack, both sides playing counter attack. So that's why I think Son can be a very essential player for your team, and you can sell him if you want to go for a minus hit in your team. Now last to sell, you need not to sell them. Is Gabriel Jesus. Why people sell Gabriel Jesus? He is performing very well against Crystal Palace and he is looking in great shape. So if you have a Gabriel Jesus in your team, don't sell him. He is performing well and he might not get you some return in previous match, but he will give you return. That's why Gabriel Jesus is an ignore sell. If you have him, don't sell him. And the last option is Alexander Arnold. A lot of people selling Alexander Arnold. They think this is no brainer because Alexander Arnold is the best defender in EPL. So you need not sell Alexander Arnold if you have him, and you should ignore selling Alexander Arnold. And that's the thing. He is 115k managers sell him. That's not a very good thing. Now I will go to the fixer ranking, and the fixer ranking is based on the priorities of the game week. Like game week 1, I have 1 multiplied by 1, and game week 2, this is the process. and now it's game week 2 is multiplied by 1 and game week 3 is multiplied by 0.8. And if you look at the fixture rating, now Everton has the best fixture, and you can go for Everton player like Gordon or another Everton defender or midfielder. So I think Everton has the best fixture, and the worst fixture has the Bournemouth and Crystal Palace. And these fixture rating based on the game week priorities, like game week 2 has the most priority and the game week 6 has the least priority. And so I think this is an essential tool for your team. And last option is the player you need to. In this fixture, you can say that the Manchester City has a very good fixture, and West Ham also have a very good fixture because they played Manchester City last match, so they have no hard fixture. And the most hard fixture is Newcastle and Leicester United. You should avoid this team's player. And that's all for today. If you enjoy this video, please like this video, and if you are new in this channel, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Happy fantasy, good luck for your team.